Hello everyone. Welcome to another AromaTalk. We are here today with a very special guest.
Hi,
Erica
everyone.
from Older Erica. I'm pretty sure everyone by now, I'm thinking, you've been growing very fast on the
Yeah, I just hit
YouTube
my 1 year
channel.
anniversary.
Yeah.
And so much faster than I could have ever expected.
Yeah. I think when we started talking, it was like 6, 7, 8 months ago. I think maybe you had Send Explore. Maybe you had like 3,000-4,000 subscribers.
I think I was really happy at Send Explore because I set a goal for myself to reach 5,000 subscribers. And I think that by the time that I arrived in New York, I had like 5,500. So I was like, yes, I was like walking on air. I was so excited.
Yeah. And now it's just, I think you're about to hit 20,000.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Really.
I mean, first of all, I think when I started watching you have another channel as well, is that right?
Yes, I've been on YouTube since I was like 10 years old.
Oh, so you've been doing it longer than Older Erica channel.
Totally different topic.
Can you tell us what's the name of the other channel so everyone can...
So it's Erica 35mm, like millimeter. And basically I started that channel right at the beginning of the pandemic, and it's just when the whole world shut down. And I've always loved YouTube, but I had this other YouTube channel that I started when I was like 10 years old that was just really goofy. Really weirdly enough, it was about me riding horses. Really random, but I loved just filming and like editing, really obnoxious editing style, like to music and things like that. And that kind of started my love for photography. And then I started doing prom photos, engagement photos, weddings when I was 18, 19. And I started this YouTube channel and I just decided I'm going to film my life. And that's what the Erica 35mm channel was all about, was just me vlogging my life during the pandemic. So
it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That's fun. I mean, I watched a couple of those videos. I think it was, but that channel also, I think, it grew
really fast.
Very fast.
Really fast. Yeah. I still tried to grow it, but when I realized like it's not going to go anywhere, I kind of slowed down on posting on that channel. Now it's hardly ever that I post there.
Oh, so now you're like mostly focusing on
100% on fragrance. I've treated this since I started my channel a year ago like my full-time job.
That's pretty cool. That's very nice. You do all the editing, everything yourself?
Yeah. Everything is me. The filming, preparing for the videos, editing, posting, everything. One-woman show.
I mean, that's why it's a full-time job. It's very time-consuming. Why fragrances? What happened?
Why are you smirking? I came into this community totally by chance. Fragrance was never something. I feel like America's a country where not a lot of people really are into fragrance. I think that the people that get into it is because a family member, a parent or something wore a certain perfume and it stuck in their mind, and when they grew up they dove into fragrances. But that never really happened for me. I just by chance came into the community. I was introduced to some influencer, and that kind of opened the whole world for me, just exploring fragrances. And once I kind of dove in there, I remember the first fragrances that I ever bought was Carolina Herrera Good Girl. And I bought, at the same time, that same night, I bought a little 1 ounce bottle, the cheapest one I could find, of Ariana Grande. I think it was the Airy by Ariana Grande.
That's
and
right.
I thought, like, I'm so cool. Like, look at me with my Good Girl. I wore the crap out of it. I still have that original bottle with like this much like juice left. Like, I wore the whole bottle out. And then from there, I started getting into niche a little, and I started watching like I found Demi Rawling, Andrea and Michelle. And I remember, I think it was Demi that was reviewing Delina. Like, everyone started talking about Delina, right? Like, so that was the first niche fragrance that I ever bought. And then from there I went to Baccarat Rouge by 40 Extreme. Like, I thought I was like getting all the good stuff. I had no idea what kind of world was out there. Now, this was years ago. This was before I started the fragrance channel. And I just kind of sat with those fragrances for like a year or two-ish. And then when I got into the fragrance channel, that's when I really just started to discover everything. Like, I had major like imposter syndrome when I started my channel. Like, I knew basically nothing. And Fragrantica was my best friend. I had no idea about anything. And so really just the basis of my channel was following me through my discovery of fragrance as well. Like, I was kind of learning with the people that were watching me. I'm sure that, in the beginning, a lot of my viewers knew a lot more than me, but It was just kind of me discovering new things. It's like a story from the very beginning of like where I am now, how different my tastes have changed, the things that I've learned. It's just like I'm a totally new person.
Well, I mean, I guess it's this same thing as you mentioned happened to us or me, myself as well. Since I would say 7, 8, I always loved fragrances. You know, I said this many times. My first fragrance that was Gucci Pugom, the original, and then Fahrenheit because my dad was wearing it. But then when I getting into the business, understanding niche perfumes, I was like, well, this is just a whole new world open up to me now. And then I think the first really niche line that we call it niche or high-end, I think it was either Creed or Tom Ford that they started.
Yeah.
And then everyone kind of followed, and then everyone started bringing their own creativity, artistic side of it, and then it kind of blew up in the past 4 or 5 years, I would say. I think to this day it's a very male dominant industry. It's a lot of guys they love, but also now, as you mentioned, with Delina, with MFK, Baccarat Rouge, or even Creed with Aventus for Her.
Yeah, they're really focusing on their branding for women now.
Yeah, so now the women actually are liking it more. They're bringing that crowd. It's actually growing very nicely and significantly. Because I think before this, it was, when you were going to department stores, it was Lancome, Gucci, and all that stuff. You were buying the makeup and cosmetics, and next to it was the perfume.
Exactly.
So you wouldn't think about, you're not going to think about anything else. But then, with perfumes like that, like Delina, I think is still one of the bestseller fragrances for women out there. Top 5 for sure. Now there's like Delina Exclusive, Delina De Rose, but I mean, all of them are actually pretty nice. But yeah, it's very interesting because we used to have, our customers used to be 70 to 80% guys and male. But I seen last year it actually shifted and switched. We're seeing that we actually have a lot of female coming in and they are asking for fragrances. They want to know. And also you guys are also, I think it's you, Demi Rowling, Michelle, and Andrea, and all of you guys are kind of bringing that Josephine, they're bringing that side and education to women so they're understanding about niche fragrances a little bit more.
Yeah, that's something that really surprised me too, is I didn't realize it was so much men.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought it from the other side, but you're totally right. I feel like women, they fall, I don't want to say fall victim, but they're probably even bigger purchasers of designer fragrances. Like, they know less about the niche world than men. I wonder why that is.
I mean, I think because it's so related to cosmetic lines. I mean, also when you go to any department store, you have 2 floors for men. They have 45 floors for women. And then, you go up there. What happens usually, because niche or high-end fragrances is still a very smaller market. Like when you go to Bergdorf, it's all the way, in the basement. Even though it's a very nice, it's undergrad, it's nice, but they don't put it on the first floor, ground floor, and second floor.
It's a lot smaller than I was expecting.
It's much smaller. You don't really go all the way down to try these fragrances. You always stay up there with all this stuff like that. But I think now it's trending, it's coming up. Now that we're talking today, in 5 days we're gonna have Clean Beauty Day, which is like, it's a day that they celebrate all fragrances that use high-end, natural, or beauty cosmetics, anything that in the beauty industry that use high-end and natural ingredients. And I think people are paying more attention to this type of stuff.
Recently it's a big trend. People are starting to change their mindset and wanting to, use and wear natural products. Better for your health.
Better for your health, better for your skin. I always feel like if you spend $200, $300 a weekend on partying, going out and drinking, it's not good for your body. So why not spend a good amount of money? Well, it's actually have good, beautiful ingredients in there that are actually good for your skin. You smell good. As you mentioned, also Americans, they don't really believe in. I talk to many men. I think women are also better for sure. Talk to many men. They always like, no, I love my natural scent. I'm like, dude, thank you, but not all natural scents are nice. Yeah, so spray a little bit of something on your skin. So it's a good thing. I think it's a really nice thing too that it's upcoming. People are getting educated on that.
The internet's changing everything.
Yeah. You said you're 26?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So are you also active on all social media channels?
With the fragrances?
With fragrances, like TikTok.
Yeah, I'm not very good with TikTok. I try to post the reels that I make on Instagram, on TikTok, but I don't think TikTok likes that. TikTok is totally changed their algorithm and I have no idea what to do with it.
Where are you from originally?
Springfield, Illinois. The suburbs of Springfield, Illinois. Yeah, middle of nowhere, basically.
When did you move to
I
Florida?
moved to Florida when I was 17, my senior year of high school. My mom just decided I'm sick of the snow, like put a blindfold on and like stuck her finger on a map and moved to this most random town in Florida called Port Charlotte. Like it's kind of around the Sarasota area on the West Coast. When I was 18, I moved to Ocala, Florida, which is in the middle of the state. It's the horse capital of the world. And I spent like 2 years buying and selling off the track racehorses, like retraining them to like jump and be calm. And that was like the highlight of my life. Like that was just every day. And then I moved to Sarasota, Florida when I was 20-ish. 20 and worked in the high-end estate jewelry business in sales for like 5 years. For 5 years, maybe 2-3 years in person. And then I moved to Miami. I'm like, I want to be a model. I don't know why. I just had this like, I'm going to be a model. So I was like 120 pounds, like ready to go. Moved down to Miami when I was 22 and nobody would sign me, nothing. And so I just, pandemic hit, boom, pandemic. And then I filmed a reality show during that as well, because I got noticed from that YouTube channel that was growing so fast, the other one. I did that. It was fun. And here I am now.
Wow. So many questions pop into my brain now. Okay. So let's go back to race horse. What did you call it? What was that?
Off the track thoroughbreds. Just race horses.
That's a very interesting industry to be in, though. Is it how was it though? Like, can you ride a horse?
Oh yeah,
you can ride a horse.
That's the thing about the Midwest is there's very little to do. Riding horses, bowling, and like roller skating. Those are the three. In hunting, those are the 4 things that there is to do there. So
hunting,
like
with
deer
hunting. Not
like,
with arrows.
No, with arrows.
No.
Maybe some people. I don't know. I never got into that, but I did the horse stuff. I started riding when I was like 8 years old, so I did it my whole life.
Wow.
I had horses. I bought my first horse myself when I was 12. Very fun. I saved up for years.
That's pretty cool. There's 3 things that say a man should learn: riding a horse, how to swim, and there was one more thing I forgot. I actually
know. Can you do 2 of those 3 things?
I can swim. And I think there's fighting, defending. Like I don't remember. Riding a horse was always something that was very interesting to me. That it's a pretty cool. I heard horses are like as loyal as even more loyal as dogs.
Spiritual connection. Yeah. When you ride a horse, you are literally one. It's like people think it looks so easy, but it's not. It's like another language of communication. Every movement that you make on the horse, it feels it, and you can communicate the horse to do something different just by like moving your weight. And you have to be calm. Like the horse can feel your tension and your emotion. Like if you get nervous about something, the horse is going to tense up and get nervous. It's really beautiful. It's really complex. And it makes for good pilots, I've been told.
Oh, wow. I mean, for sure. Now I kind of want to like really learn that skill.
Yeah.
See if I can do it. What was the most expensive horse that you ever sold or
Oh my gosh. Not much, but I have a really sad, like not a horror story, but I missed out on a lot of money. So where I lived in Ocala it was an aviation community. It's called Jumbelair. It's where John Travolta lives. And I lived there, and then on one side of the runway they had houses, and on the other side, it's like the largest residential runway in America. Wow. It's like 1.5 miles long. And on the other side, they had the barn. So it's like my own property, basically. Like nobody used it. I could just like bring in my horses, whatever. And there was a property next door that I don't know exactly what they did, but I would buy horses from them. And there was one horse that I bought that he was very skittish, very like, I'm like, I don't know what I can do with him, but I got him. And I rode him a couple times on my property, and I was so young. I was like 18 years old, and I didn't really know like what I knew now, of course. And this horse was like magic. Like everything he did, I just had these jumps. Like that's what I would do is I'd teach these horses how to jump. And I had someone with me at the time. I'm like jumping over something, and he would just go for it. Like he wouldn't even bat an eye. I would just hold on. I wasn't doing anything. Holding on, this horse would just run toward this jump. And I had someone with me. I'm like, just make it higher, higher, higher. I got up to like 4 feet this jump. And this horse is just flying over it, not batting an eye. But he had this issue that this is what I didn't know about at the time. I bought this horse for $1,000. And I didn't know. They told me he had this condition that he's gonna have for the rest of his life, where he makes this weird noise when he like exhales out of his nose. And I didn't know what it was. I had a vet come out, and they basically explained it to me that it was this condition where one nostril is like paralyzed. So, and I felt bad. I'm like, it was like a $2,000 surgery to fix, right? I'm like, I don't know. I paid $1,000 for this horse. I don't think I'm gonna, pay the money for that. It's $3,000. I don't know if I'll get back. So basically, and then I felt bad because I'm like, making someone like, imagine yourself running with just one nostril. Like I don't think I should be working this horse. So I ended up giving the horse back to the guy. And I had a lot of videos of this horse at the time, and then I started getting like competitive with the trainer and things, and I would show videos. And I think that he was like a fully trained, like I don't even know off the top of my head what you would call it, but I think that if I had done the surgery, I could have sold that horse for like $80,000.
Wow.
These horses are expensive, like the really well-trained ones. Like,
they're very
go for a lot of money. I really think he would have been like a $80,000. And he was young. He was like 5 years old. He was tip-top condition, except for that condition where he couldn't breathe out of his nose. It's like,
oh, that's interesting. I mean, it's just because I know like it's a very big industry, and if you get into it, it's just the money is crazy because you can just invest, as you said, if you buy a horse for $1,000, you can sell it for like crazy
with
amount
the training
of
in
number.
it. Yeah, definitely.
Do you still do horse riding or no?
I'm trying so hard to find a barn. It's so expensive in South Florida.
Yeah.
Like where I grew up in Illinois, I had my horse then that I bought. I paid $175 a month to keep it at a stable.
Oh.
And here in Florida, it's like $1,500 to $2,000 a month.
Oh,
it's like
just like keep
just
them,
to keep them for it to exist.
Wow, that's a little bit.
So I'm trying to make a little bit of money, try to invest, because it's a huge part of you. Like if you start riding when you're really young, it's like you're a horse girl for life. That's like a TikTok thing. Right? You're a horse girl. I'm a horse girl, and I need to get back into it for sure.
Well, soon, maybe next year. Hopefully everything's gonna be okay. Maybe we can get that horse back with the nose problem.
Is it still around? They might have turned him into glue.
Yeah. Let's go find him.
Track him down.
Yeah. So then after that, you started doing modeling in Florida?
I tried.
You tried.
I tried very hard.
Modeling is tough.
It's very tough.
Very tough. It's very
I just got told a million times, you're too fat, you are too like commercially
you can sue them
pretty
now.
Or whatever. I can sue them now
because now they can't fat shame people.
It's a different time. It's a different time.
Now it's like you can't do that.
I'm too old. I'm just gonna age shame you. 26. Once you hit about 23, you're done. As a model.
Oh, that's what I heard that too.
Yeah.
Like it's age 17 to 2023, and after that, you have to like made enough connections and know enough people that you move on to other things.
So now it's just it's for fun because I have that photography background. So me and my girlfriends will go and we'll get my big fancy camera and like go by the pool just by ourselves. Like it's just for fun, for the gram, right?
Yeah.
It's like, but professionally, no, not at all.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's a pretty. I mean, I guess what I see now, maybe you had your journey, like you started doing that. You had the horses,
a million lives.
And then you got to fashion or modeling, which is very close to what you're doing now full time.
Yeah.
I mean, also you were doing your own reality show anyways, so it's,
that was old. That was a 15 minutes of fame kind of thing, But my whole life, I think it always felt like I was chasing something, like chasing the next thing, or not knowing like where I really, like doing something that I really felt I should be doing, but with the fragrance, it's like, I feel like I found it, I don't feel like I'm stressing about what am I going to do next, like I'm really enjoying this, really loving it, and just totally fulfilled with it.
I'm happy to hear that. I think it's an industry that it's huge. There's so many options that you can do, and again, there's a huge pie there, and people are growing. People are learning more. The industry is growing, so it's fun. I always say, like, I mean, whenever I go to meetings, a lot of meetings in this industry starts after 10 a.m. It's not, nobody wakes up at 7 to do anything because 10 a.m. and then we meet by lunch. Like I still go. I go to Canada.
Have a meeting on an empty stomach.
No, let's go have a breakfast and brunch, have some drinks, and we talk business. Beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I always go to TFWA convention, which is like a duty-free show, and they have it in different part of the world. And you know, they have these after parties every night. So the show is about fragrances, cigars, liquor, and chocolate. I don't know what else you can really get.
What else could you
Yeah,
win?
better than that. And then we go to the after parties. Like they have a. Like sometimes Johnny Walker comes in and sponsors the event, and then they have Hershey's chocolate is sponsoring it, and then there's cigars. So you go in there, you're like, well,
It's
I'm
heaven.
happy here. I don't want to leave. You know?
I want to talk about foundation. I want to talk about lipstick.
Well,
like,
yeah, don't worry
fragrance.
about it, friends. It's just so it's a very fun industry
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
why I really like it too.
Yeah.
It's a sector of the beauty. It has the glamour that the beauty industry brings, but it's smaller. It's niche down. It's a little more like connected and a little more like there's so much room to grow in it. You know, it's like if you start a makeup YouTube channel, like you have so much competition, and the chances of you actually I wouldn't say,
Getting
like
there.
achieving anything,
Yeah.
but you know, growing a channel and being successful, it's hard to stand out. But it's like
That's true. That's true. It's makeup and cosmetic is I don't know, maybe 100
oversaturated.
times bigger than what we're doing in fragrances and niche fragrances. Even though I feel like now a lot of companies are also approaching or going towards niche cosmetics and skincare and beauty, but I think that's a little bit of a or more difficult sell and field than fragrances, because you know, if there's a lipstick out there, or like I would say maybe La Paris did it. They have like a $700-800 skin cream. It actually works. I've been wearing it every night. I do eye cream and mask every night, and it's been pretty nicely. Since I started using it, I feel like my skin is younger. I'm getting younger.
it's a placebo.
Is
I'm
yeah,
here to
maybe
tell you
that's
it's-
actually
it's
yeah.
a
When you
placebo.
spend that money, you should be better work.
You have like
That's
gold,
true.
like pure gold flecks in there, like you better make it 20
caviar
years,
and
yeah,
then all that
exactly.
stuff. So yeah,
Exactly.
it better works. Yeah. I remember one. I mean, maybe
At
this.
least the fragrances that it costs that much money actually make you smell better.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah. I mean that I think you're right, because with the skincare and stuff, it's by chances. Is it gonna work? And they
It's a
tell you
gamble.
you have to do it for 6 months to really
Exactly.
work. So
And
then at
$800
6
a
months,
month.
every month I have to pay $100. That's a lot of investment. If it's fragrance, you spray it once, you know your game. You know if you like it or not. Still, I'm still trying to figure the cosmetic. We tried to do it once. We kind of failed immediate, like right away, in matter of 2 months, because we bought all the shades and I don't even know what it is. Like there's shades, colors, and all that. We didn't know. We just bought it, and we were like, well, apparently these stuff that we bought, they don't work in America. This is better for Asia, or like, and they were like, oh, so
Just
we
like
made.
different undertones.
Yeah,
like
this
finishes
foundation,
or
and then there was the
things,
layers and layers of it. Then I started appreciating all women, how much time they put in doing makeup. Like, you know, because before, you know, I was giving hard time to my fiance, even though she doesn't do any makeup. I mean, she doesn't really take time. But I had my ex-girlfriend, you know, she was like an hour. I was like, what is happening? And now when I got into it, I was like, oh, yeah,
There's
no
so many
problem. I'll
steps,
give you
yeah.
2 hours to do it. You know, now I understand this. So it's a lot of layers of that. But we failed. We failed very nicely in it. So we stopped doing it at all. But now I'm trying to educate myself a little bit. I went to Dubai Beauty World Expo, which is actually one of the biggest conventions that I ever been. 3 days I was there. 2 days there was a beauty and fragrance section too. I was like, I don't want to go there. I'm just gonna go to the beauty and cosmetics side. So I went to a lot of workshops, how to do makeups and stuff like that. It was fun. I learned so much during that 2 days about it. But I want to start doing it for sure. But maybe next year.
One day.
Yeah, I want to bring some cosmetics and stuff. Let me ask you this. So what is your all-time go-to fragrance?
It's a very, very hard question
Yeah.
to answer. But
I know now maybe your collection is bigger, it's hard, but
yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut reaction. All right.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't want to say number one because how do you just? I get asked that almost every day. What's your number one fragrance for women, for men? It's like there's so many factors that go into it, like the person, the outfit, the occasion. Like I could give you a number one for so many different things, but the first fragrance that popped into my mind when you asked that was it's called Via Cavour One by Xerjoff. It's
That's right.
no one knows
That's-
about it. Very
yeah.
underrated because it's a Torino boutique exclusive and online exclusive. So it's not like you go into any of the department stores that have Xerjoff or something and they have a tester of it. Nobody really knows about it, but it is just the best. Like probably the best. Probably my favorite Xerjoff, but one of the best gourmands on earth.
Yeah.
It is just fantastic.
I've never tried it, but I've heard it because I had people.
I brought it with
people,
me.
yeah.
And you can try
You could try it, yeah. I had because we had people, customers asking for it.
Probably
But
because I pushed for it.
I've seen
all the
pictures, but I was
time.
I don't know where to get it. Like I don't know, just
Get it from
fragrances
Xerjoff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't
Yeah.
mean to-
It's maybe it's very exclusive to them.
Yeah,
as
it's a Torino boutique
Torino,
exclusive.
but exclusive, yeah. Because we do work with Xerjoff, but I think that's not
Yeah.
what they have here in America. So
Yeah, no, it's not
Oh.
available. You gotta
well,
order
that's
it online.
interesting. I really. Oh, we have. Oh, yeah.
We brought the baby.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they also offer it in like the little discovery sets,
This
the
is
little
nice.
15 ml.
15 ml.
It's just
I love the bottles.
fantastic. It's strong. It's kind of like a patchouli based fragrance.
Yeah.
Kind of like Tony Iommi, but it's very gourmand. It has like white peach, caramel, vanilla, a little bit of chocolate. It's just
Very
it's
nice.
everything.
Well,
It's
to
so
everyone
sexy, and I
that.
tell men, this on a man it's a sex bomb.
Very nice.
It's so good.
Well, to whoever, like everyone that called us in the past 3-4 years asking for trade, because the first I would say 2 months that I was getting calls like this, I was telling the customers, I was like, tell them we get it soon in a month. And then we started calling it out. They were like, no worries. And then I was like, guys, stop telling people that we're never gonna get this. So if you guys looking for this, you have to go to
Xerjoff.
Xerjoff in Italy, Torino, and then
Online, you can get it.
Oh, they can buy it online
Yeah.
too. So go for it. Oh wow! Yeah,
the
this
skin.
is so different. There's something boozy about it too that mixed with that gourmand. What's in it? Is there vanilla?
Yeah, a lot of vanilla, caramel. There's
Caramel.
chocolate too, and kind
Patchouli.
of peachy. Yeah, a lot of patchouli and
Oh,
musky too. On the skin, in the air, it's just.
I got
it's
goosebumps
addictive.
honestly for this. This is so good. That's why Xerjoff is Xerjoff. Like it says, one of the best. I would say top 3 brands in niche is
It's almost
Xerjoff is
impossible
one.
to go
Yeah.
wrong. You know, it's like everything is just a 10 out of 10 in every way.
It's nothing like this. I can't remember a fragrance that smells like this, honestly. Ooh, yeah, and the skin is different.
Sometimes.
I love that boozy
Yeah,
rum. I don't know if it's rum or whiskey. It's
Yeah, some sort of boozy aspect. It's cashmere as well.
oh
Very like creamy, smooth.
yeah. This was good. This was a great surprise.
Yes. I talk about it all the time. Like,
Via
I'm so
Cavour.
excited about it.
Via Cavour 1. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the street that the Torino boutique is on in Italy.
Beautiful. Well, now I know why you love Xerjoff. It makes sense. It makes sense. I love Xerjoff too. I mean, my favorite, I would say, Naxos is one of the ones that I have it. I wear it most of the time.
In the summer, hopefully.
In the summer, yeah.
Yes.
Then the one that recently, I don't know if it was recent, P33.
Yeah.
That was a very nice fragrance that worked on my skin. And of course, Tony Lumi was released 2-3 years ago, but no one really paid attention to it.
And
But
now all of a
recently,
sudden,
it's like the
just-
hottest thing
it's
that
banging.
comes in. Yeah.
Tony Iommi.
Yeah.
That is
Tony-
so
yeah,
sexy.
yeah.
So sexy. Talk about patchouli.
Yeah.
The same kind of aspects. Passion fruit, caramel, Tony Iommi is it's just
Yeah.
it,
Yes, this is it. Yes, beautiful. IOMMI. Beautiful.
this is not sponsored, I swear.
No, I mean, this fragrance, because this is the story from us. So I requested this bottle because we had some customers asking for it, and then we got 12 pieces. We go live on the website. We announced it. An
5
hour
minutes
later,
later.
an hour after, it was sold out. I was like, what happened? I wanted to try this fragrance, and then we ordered more. We got 24 pieces. We got it on Friday, and I wasn't here on Friday, so I was like. And I gotta go try it on Monday. Monday was sold out. I was like, guys, can I please just give me one bottle to try? And it's a beautiful
Yeah,
fragrance.
it's a hot topic.
And I also love the whole marketing, content creation about it. The way they made it is just so sexy, so cool.
I think you'll see some similarities
yeah.
as well between that and Via Cavour one.
Yeah.
This one's more like leathery, like talk about boozy, very rock and roll.
I mean, that's him. That's
exactly.
wow, yeah. Yeah, I can just imagine his, the whole character, with his leather jacket, playing that guitar. It's just so
very,
good.
very
I mean,
sexy.
that's why it's on fire. I don't even know if they have it. Maybe they're sold out again. But I mean, we're sold out for sure. I requested this maybe like 2 weeks ago. They said they're gonna get it again, but it's hot.
It's very hot.
It's hot.
For men and women. The
For
women
men
that
and women,
wear this
yeah.
are
Women that wear
very
this, they're
you don't
bold.
mess with those women.
Yeah. Wow.
It's really fun.
I would say
The Via Cavour is sweeter. It's not as dark, but it has that kind of patchouli, musky vibe.
I
Caramel
don't know.
vanilla.
I mean, I feel like this one you can wear it also summer, every like all seasons. Both of them.
Why not?
Why not? Why not? You know what I realized?
Who
I was
says you can't?
yeah. What I realized is that I always thought oud is something that you have to like wear only in
Yeah.
winter and fall. But
I thought that too until
Yeah.
I met Michelle.
exactly. And you know what happened? And not Michelle. Now Michelle is in Dubai. She understands
I
it
met
even
her
more.
in Dubai for the first time.
Yeah.
She took me to the mall and she took me to all of her favorite. She took me to like these different boutiques of these brands.
Oh, that
and
they just make
Yeah.
the oud in
she was
there.
showing me all these
Yeah.
fragrances that she loves, and she's like, "This is what we wear in Dubai."
That's
Like,
right,
I
yeah.
never thought because in America it's the same thing. It's like winter, heavier scents in the winter, but it's like no, over there it's like all summer long in the heat.
summer long.
It works beautifully too.
Yeah.
And that's when I started kind of challenging even the fragrances that I have in my collection, like Tony Iommi, Naxos. Everyone talks about Naxos for the winter. Like, no, this is. When I first smelled Naxos, I thought this is like the embodiment of Miami Beach. Like, I don't know, it just feels like summer, linen pants, walking down Ocean Drive. It's just fantastic. And so that's something that I recommend a lot to people that watch me is like, these winter fragrances, some of them work amazing. in the
Yeah,
summer.
you have to try it. Actually, that heat, that humidity works. Like that's what with oud is. That's what when I actually wore it in Dubai. I was like, oh, that's why now makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why these guys are wearing it and they're just pulling it off. It just reacts differently on your skin. And now I started like wearing heavier fragrances, a little bit darker notes, and it works. If it works, it's a beautiful scent. It lasts longer. Everyone will notice you. It projects well.
Exactly.
And I think both of this are exactly like that.
Yeah, I feel so cool.
I'm gonna go online, maybe, but definitely buy this. This is really good. Via Cavour 1. You guys definitely check it out. And Tony Iommi, I mean, of course, this it's worth the hype. Anything is out there. If you guys hear everyone saying like it's 10 out of 10, buy it. It's really, it's 100%.
probably is, yeah.
It is. Yeah. Wow. That was nice. That was a good. I still to this day I haven't had a chance to try smell this. This was first time.
This is your first time smelling Tony Iommi?
Tony Iommi. I always saw like I always had it here. It was right there sitting in front of me, but I could
Oh my
never really
God.
try it. Yeah.
Well, I feel honored.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing with me, I mean, now you guys also have a big collection too. So it's when you get a lot of this stuff, it's hard. You miss things on
Yeah,
collections,
especially
for sure.
when you're doing reviews and things. It's like
Yeah.
you have to move on.
Yeah.
You have to that's why another reason it's a full-time job is like testing these perfumes like on your skin every day, like different ones. You got 10 different fragrances on spots on your arms to see how long does it last, like how does it change on your skin, how does it project and things like that. It's like it's so much work.
So much work. I mean, so much work, and then at some point, getting nose blind is really very serious. At like 2 hours, you get
It's a
nose
very
blind.
serious condition.
It's very serious condition. We do it to ourselves, but you really
We
get.
don't talk about that lightly around here.
So then you're kind of done with your days. You just have to move on with everything else. It's kind of a blessing, but also at the same time, you get overwhelmed with the amount of
It's
stuff.
like
that
I
you
said,
try.
it's all very good problems.
It's good problems. No, I like it. Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, for sure, it's good problems. We were thinking about. I have maybe another 120 bottles that people send for sampling and try it out. We want to do a video, just give it away, all of them, because I like them all, but I think now I know what brand is about. But what I think the best thing is to just give them away.
Yeah.
So we're planning to do a video for that and just do 120 bottles giveaway. So everything I have
Amazing.
here, just let's give it away to people and let's see what they say, what they think about it.
I'll definitely watch that one.
Yeah, yeah. So these are your top 2.
Yeah, from Xerjoff.
So from Xerjoff.
Definitely.
All right. What was the best discovery of this year in fragrances or like fragrance houses?
Fragrance houses.
Yeah, brands. I would say. Yeah, like what
Brands.
brand? Or you can just say item. Name of that certain whatever it was.
Some things that really blew my mind recently. In terms of houses, I guess probably the best house discovery for me was Scientology.
Those guys actually. I just got a bottle a couple of
Yeah.
days ago. They're very.
All of the fragrances just
Yeah.
perform amazing. They're unique enough scents, and it's something that they're all done in a way that they're very modern and very cool. There's something very like young and hip about them. Not that they're necessarily like juvenile or for younger people, but there's just something that feels very modern and cool about them. So for a house, I'd probably say that's what stands out the most in my mind. But in terms of just fragrance discoveries, this is really random, but one that I smelled that I was not expecting much of was the new Mont Blanc Explorer Platinum Flanker
Oh,
that came out.
yeah.
Because everyone knows, like, oh, the Explorer is kind of like an Aventus inspired by what it doesn't perform well. It smells like Aventus. It's everyone kind of like looks down on that one. But when I smelled the Platinum, I was like, this is so good. I was like, I don't know what I was expecting, but it doesn't smell like Aventus. It doesn't smell. It just smells like a very almost niche quality. Just amazing new fresh scent. It's just
Nice.
when that hits the shelves, like you have to go out and try that one.
Oh yeah, I haven't. It's pretty new, isn't it?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like it's a
yeah.
very new release.
I'm not sure it's even in stores yet. I
Yeah.
just got a sample of it.
Nice. Yeah. Well, what I realize is also a lot of designer houses, fragrance, that they're stepping up their game because.
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah, because what happened was that they were like, okay, so people love these fragrance. Let's make the bottles bigger, 6.7 ounce, 200 ml, and then bring the concentration down.
$500.
Yeah. So then they were like, well, people are buying it, but they don't like it because it doesn't perform that
Yeah.
well. It goes away.
They think they're getting a better value
Yeah.
or whatever, but
So now they're working on the quality of fragrances, the concentration, and they're doing a good job. Like I saw it with a lot of brands, Givenchy, Prada, Dior. Now they have their own private line. They're doing it better. So they're kind of stepping up their games for sure. But Mont Blanc Platinum, Explorer Platinum. I have to check that out. Yeah. That's a very nice, interesting fragrance.
and the new Lovers by Fragrance Du Bois
Lovers, yeah.
blew
Yeah.
my mind,
Nice.
blew my socks off.
Yeah.
I didn't look anything up about it. I got a package in the mail and opened it up, smelled it. I was like, this is probably my new favorite fragrance, like ever. Like it's so good. Like this plum with saffron, a lot of saffron. It's kind of like a more feminine version of like Cavort.
Nice.
Which I also
Cavort
love.
was very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, blew my
Lovers.
socks off.
Wow. Yo, yeah, I mean, I think we
Knocked me
hope-
out my socks.
Yeah,
However
exactly.
However that saying goes, I was
Yeah.
not I just, wow, like jaw on the floor. So good.
I haven't tried that, but I think we gotta get that one soon. But I'm hearing a lot of good things about
Yeah.
it. So now we were talking about it. You told me that you were unisex fragrances too, but are you also going into more masculine scents to just try them out, see how it works? Like, do you try them?
Like, do I wear masculine fragrances to recommend to men on myself? Or,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I would say, listen,
on my
like,
skin, I'll test it.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not like stepping out for like a day night or something and drowning myself in like 1 million or something like, to see how it is. But no, like when I get a fragrance that I want to recommend, like I test it on my skin. I see
skin,
what is
yeah.
it like, and I test it on other people's skin as well. Like, how does it smell on different people? How long does it last? Things like that. But Personally, I like to wear masculine scents as well, like Tony Iommi. Like I love
Yes,
wearing
very
fragrances
nice, yeah.
like, with that scent profile, creation-y, a lot of roses like Manhattan and things like that. Like I like darker scents personally.
Yeah, I'm probably the same too. I'm a big fan of darker, boozy, leathery, tobacco-y scents. It's more fun. Also the reaction that you get from people is always
Yeah,
different.
because it's not your typical like
Yeah.
freshy, people are expecting things like, Bleu de Chanel or whatever, and like you smell like this boozy, amazing thing. It's like different. It catches people's attention. That's why I recommend men all the time gourmand fragrances. Not only because women go nuts for gourmand fragrances on men, like it makes women want to just like eat a man.
Yeah.
But because it's unexpected. That's why I always recommend Via Cavour 1 as well, is because nobody expects a man to wear something like that.
That's true. Yeah.
You're gonna stand out from everyone else.
Yeah, I would say one of the best gourmand fragrances that I've tried recently. I mean, now I can't. It's hard. But one of them that I just
On the spot.
on the spot. I think Fig Porn by Born to Stand Out.
Oh, I
It's
gotta try.
fun.
I
Yeah, it's
got
fun.
to try that one the other day for the first time. I love the drunk saffron, but I don't think they had the fig porn.
Over there, yeah. Fig Porn is actually it's a very fun. It's a super fun fragrance. Yeah.
I gotta try it.
It's great for summertime because it's happy, it brings it out.
Yeah.
But
Fig does that. Like it's
yeah.
very happy.
it's a happy feeling. Puts a smile on your
Yeah.
face. A lot of fragrances do that. You would smell it on, it's just smile for it. Oh, it makes me happy now. Okay, yeah. I mean, maybe we have it. I'll definitely show it to you later. We have a lot of stuff back there. So, yeah. So how's Florida,
Heaven.
Evan? I want to move from
Comes
New
to
York. Something.
No, not
I'm kind of thinking about moving from New York, but I hear a lot of good
Florida.
things about Florida.
It's getting a little full. I
Yeah.
feel like my fellow Floridians would get a little upset if I didn't tell you not to move to Florida. Because there's we got so many New Yorkers there already. But no, it's heaven. And
Yeah.
Miami it's the best city in America for me.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I've lived all over Florida. Miami is like, it's my home. Like
Oh.
that's my forever place. And I've tried so hard. I wanted to love New York.
Mm-hmm.
I've like almost said, F it, I'm moving to New York. Maybe 5 times. I could never, because I say, oh, I'm gonna go visit New York for a week and see how I like it. And by the time that I get to that like 5th, 6th day, I think to myself like, who does this to themselves on purpose?
Yeah.
What is the reason that we're paying 3 times as much as rent and everything is a struggle? Everything's difficult.
Everything's pretty tight. Everything is very tight, and it's literally tight. Like the
Yeah.
city is tight,
gotta,
the traffic is tight.
Carry all your groceries from the store, carry
Yeah.
up 4 flights of stairs, and like walking my dogs, I think like there's no grass anywhere. It's like,
It's concrete.
no.
It's a fun city. I've been here for
Of course,
15,
of
16
course.
years.
I love to
Summer's
visit.
all great. It's like when it gets
the cold.
cold,
Yes,
you're
the
like,
cold.
why are we doing this here? It's still, yeah. So I'm in a, and I'm like, should I move? I mean, I still love it, but I think I would love to move. I would love to live remotely. Like I want to live in New York 4 or 5 months a year, maybe from March
A
to
little
August.
snowbird.
September, and then September I go somewhere else. I come,
Exactly.
go to Texas, Florida, somewhere that is, maybe I can also save 14% or 10% on taxes.
Exactly.
A little bit better.
Incentive.
Yeah, I mean that's not bad. Floridans, I mean, how do you call it? Floridans? What is it? It's like New Yorkers. How do you call them? The Floridan, people
Floridians.
from
Floridians.
Floridians.
Florid-
I'm not coming. Don't be
Tongue
afraid. I know
twister.
everybody's mad in Florida that everybody's moving to Florida, but I'm not coming yet. But if I come, I'm gonna bring a lot of good things. You guys are gonna
Yeah.
smell great. So yeah. Should we try some of these fragrances
Yeah.
here? Maybe 600 different perfumes, and none of them smell like this. None of them perform
it's
like this. Is so
very
it's
unique.
so good.
And I'm telling you, it's very strong too. Like it'll last for a long time. Capitale.
La Capitale. Is this also like exclusive to boutique or
No, you can get that anywhere. It was
Oh, it's shooting star collection.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I
it's
think it
everywhere,
used to be like a Russian exclusive or something.
Yeah.
But now it's like we were just at Saks. They had it at Saks. It's everywhere.
Yeah, also, with Xerjoff, they have a very huge collection. So
it's
so
freaking
many of them. So I
gigantic.
also don't know
It
all
has like
of them.
200. Like it's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
such a big collection. Like, you know, I would say maybe
And now they got the chemis.
huh?
Now they got the chemi
Now you have to
line
get,
that
oh
came out.
yeah. So I think for us, probably warehouse is like we have one whole section is just Xerjoff. So it's just that, you
Yeah.
know.
He came home from Exxon's with this like giant they sent him every chemi, like 20
Wow.
perfumes.
Yeah. I mean,
People were talking about me like, oh, you're this, you're that, you're getting all this free. Like I'm like, he's the one.
this
It's
is
not me.
wow. This is nice. This is
Capitale.
very nice. La Capitale.
Kind of
Yeah.
fruity. It's like,
I mean, I'm sure you've
darker.
tried it. Yeah.
no, actually, I'm not that familiar with it. But it's
Nice.
good.
We're back.
Alive.
So we're back, guys. We're talking about Xerjoff. I mean, we're here. It's just
Xerjoff strips. you know.
Xerjoff shooting stars La Capitale.
This is by accident as well. Like, I guess if you just want to know what I travel with when I'm on
This,
vacation.
that.
I did bring a Tom Ford with me though,
Yeah.
so
Which Tom Ford?
Velvet Orchid.
Velvet. Oh,
Yeah,
that
I
would
love
look
that
it's such a beautiful fragrance. Yeah.
I haven't tried the eau de toilette reformulation, so
Oh,
interested
yeah.
to try that one.
Are you mostly? I mean, now I mean, you said that you're like also like a little bit darker scents. How about fresh ones or floral?
Yeah, just it has to be something special.
Has to be something special
Yeah,
that you
it
go.
has to be something that really stands out. You know, like some floral ones that I love, like the Pearl of Possibilities,
Mm.
which I'm very, very sad that they might be either discontinuing it or reformulating it or something. I don't know. I bought when I went to Dubai in January when I met Michelle. I bought a 1 ounce bottle of Possibilities because it's expensive. It's like $340 for their normal size.
Uh-huh.
And I was always like, I don't think I want to spend that much money on it. I'm going to wait till I go to Dubai to get the 1 ounce. And now I'm like out of the 1 ounce and the 3.4, no, I think it's 4 ounces. It's not available anywhere online, any store, any sales rep that I've talked to. They said we
They don't
haven't
know.
gotten it in like 6 months. We can't get it because there's some issues with like the ingredients or something. Like something's going to happen. And I'm so sad about it. It's just
Yeah,
like,
well, you know, that's
devastating.
one of the complex part and also maybe a disappointing part about a lot of these fragrance houses is that when they get too popular and the demand is high, you can't find the same ingredients from the same source again because, you know, maybe when you were smaller, you were buying it from these mom and pop, not shops, farms or farmers or the people, but then they have a certain amount of like a capacity to produce, and then you have to do it again. You have to go find it again, source it again. Then you go to bigger guys. Maybe it's the same ingredient. That maybe it's the same, like it's rose, but it's not the same
Yeah,
rose.
exactly.
And then when you reformulate it, it's not the same.
At
And then a
least
lot
it's
of people
potency.
when they're like, "Oh, I got this bad." That's what, you know. If you, I don't know if you noticed, Creed, they don't put batches anymore on the bottles. They removed that because everyone was so obsessed with batches and
Yeah.
they just couldn't, like, they were like, "Oh, no more batches. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Just get it, guys."
Got
Yeah,
a cult following.
yeah. So that's that happens at some point. It's not like, and I always tell this, and I want to actually remind this every time. If you get a fragrance, guys, it doesn't smell the same as the one that you got 5 years ago. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with it. It just means they changed their source. They
And
probably
perfumes, they macerate like crazy. It's something
Yeah.
that not a lot of people know about too. It's like
yeah, the maceration
over
part
years,
is,
it's
yeah.
gonna change.
We had a tour actually when we were in Milan in Italy. We went to one of the manufacturers and they were giving us the tour, and then they took us to this part of the warehouse that it was just they mix and they put the fragrances in these big barrels to macerate.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, some of them are here for 2 years, some of them are here for 3 months. I was like, wow, I didn't know that this is how it went. It was huge. And it's just the process of it. So it was very interesting. But yeah, so you can't control it. So you have to either want to stay small or you want to get really big, but also try to work out with all these companies that they sell the ingredients to
Yeah.
you.
Well, it's like an investment. It's like in the beginning, if you're small and you want to go big, in the beginning you're going to disappoint. You're always going to disappoint someone with any move
Yeah.
that you make, but eventually, like if you are driven enough to grow, people are going to forget about the smaller batches, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you
As long as it's
can't make
good.
everyone happy for
No,
sure. Everyone gonna
never.
complain at some point. I mean, I'm sure you know on YouTube and all these channels, it's so easy to hate people on behind the keyboards and the monitor. But then, so far, I think we got lucky because what I did is that every video we did a giveaway, so people had to love us anyways. They couldn't hate on us. So, like, let's just give away. So people are loving us. So, but yeah, it's just
model.
yeah, it's just nice. But I heard sometimes I see a lot of negative comments here and there. So I'm like, why negative comments,
People
guys?
are passionate about fragrances,
yeah.
and it's amazing how they're so passionate, but they understand the experience that you have with the fragrance is so personal. It's interesting to see how you can then turn and then diss someone else's opinions or thoughts on a fragrance when it could be so different from yours, just on that personal connection that you have with the fragrance.
Yeah. No, for sure. It's very everyone's would have a different experience with a fragrance.
In every way.
In every setting. You wear at night in dress with what you're wearing. Mood is. Yeah. When you look at yourself in the mirror, how do you feel? So then when you spray something, if you feel good about yourself, of course, you're going to also feel great with all that stuff. But it's very difficult that, I know, like, you guys try your hard to, when you're educating people, when you're creating those content, to give them the best of your knowledge and information to them. Yeah. But that, it's what you feel. It's personal to you. And you're putting it from your heart out there.
That's what people like as well. It's that's why you can watch a million reviews on one fragrance and everyone says something different, because it's so different from person to person. And you can't claim to be what you say is the end all be all, because it's so different when you, the person, the buyer, is smelling it. You just give your opinion, and I think people connect with you on that basis of your opinions. And if you have a similar taste, they think, oh, I can trust this person. But when you review something, you have to be honest. This is my experience with it. It might not be yours, but this is how it smells on me. This is what I like about it. This is what I don't like about it. You might like and dislike different things about it, but you just have to try it for yourself. That's why it's tricky.
And then, when you're also building that audience that maybe they listen to you, and then from your recommendation, they bought a bottle, they got it, and they were like, oh, I really liked it. It worked. Exactly. Then they're like, well, whatever she says now, I'm going to go give it a try, because maybe we are in the same type of a mindset and we like those. We have the same taste. So it works. I mean, it's perfect. So, okay, so let's try this new fragrances here, some of them. So the first one that we actually got talking about darker or woody, leathery scents. Okay. So this one by Speed of Dubai. This is not like as oriental or that high-end collection. They are in like $350 to $400 range, and this is one of their best sellers, I would say. This is Maidan by Speed of Dubai. So let me see. What do you think about this? Do you know what the
story is of the horseshoe on the front?
That's a very good question. I should know about it. I actually don't know, but I mean, Maidan I know in Arabic is horse race track. So Maidan is like a track that is like around. So I think that comes from that, but I don't know about that. So I think that's where it comes from.
I like it. I think it. I think
actually, let me give it. Yes, please go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
I think that with a house kind of like that, it can sometimes blend together a little. But I like it. It's kind of like a dark, sweet. I like the sweetness in this. Kind of ambery, like tobacco. Like a little bit of spice.
It's a very complex fragrance, actually. It has, I think, when you look at the list of ingredients, I think there's like 25, 30. Like, it's like from ginger, saffron, to tobacco,
like a crispy spice, and there's like
and then go to musk, leather. It's a lot of things in it, but I kind of find it sexy. I don't know. I like this type of fragrances. I like that complexity that is not overwhelming but wearable.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's not artistic. It's wearable.
No, people will like it. I don't want to say mass appealing. It's not.
Yeah.
That's not the right word. But there's nothing in this that would be like what? Like.
Yeah.
Off-putting. Yeah. It's just very.
And it projects
warm.
well. It lasts long. I've tried it many times on my skin.
Maybe like a little boozy too.
It's that booziness. Yeah.
Very nice, cool, like holiday. I don't know. It smells like the holidays.
It is a kind of
but a
holiday.
more like
yeah.
not just a typical holiday scent. Like it's a little more like richer, like a little more put together. It's very cozy.
Yeah. I mean, that's why maybe it's one of their best seller.
Yeah.
It's just more,
Like,
it's easier to wear. It's easier to
I see a lot of people
get
gravitating
compliment on.
towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
Really good.
I was telling, I was actually talking about this before. If it's not like very similar, but to just kind of bringing some sort of connection, like Tom Ford Tuscan leather or Acqua di Parma leather, like they have that leathery notes. It's not the same, but if you like Tuscan leather, you would definitely like this one. I
Yeah,
would say.
yeah,
It's
I
fun.
understand that.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people ask me to smell this house. So
This house straight off the
Exciting,
bat.
yes.
Well, we got all of them now, so I have to
Beautiful.
definitely work
them out.
something. Yeah, they're good. They have good stuff. Maybe again, some of them maybe they have a very good oud fragrance. It's a straight off Dubai oud. It's pricey. I think it's about $700-800, but it's a very
get a whole
nice
bunch
oud.
of skin cream. For
Skin
that.
cream, exactly. It's like 2 bottles of skin cream. Yeah. So that's a very nice fragrance. Yeah. I'm gonna send it over to you so you can just try all of them. But it's a nice collection. So next one, I think maybe you tried this before. It's at Scent Explorer.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to Scent Explorer
Yeah,
this
of
year?
course.
Yeah, that was
Wouldn't miss
fun
it for the
last year.
world. It's right in my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Miami to New York is like nothing.
Yeah.
And
It's
at
2
Christmas
hours
time
flight.
in New York, it's the best place to
Fun.
be.
Yeah. Yeah, Christmas, December, November in New York is like so fucking good. Yeah.
It's like another world.
I always like the Bergdorf restaurant that they bring you. It's a very cozy place. And also, I forgot the name of the restaurant actually. Huh?
PG? I was just
PG.
there.
Yeah. Oh, you were just
For
there?
tea time.
Oh, yeah. That's such a cozy restaurant
Yeah.
there. It feels like a holiday. You go in there, everybody's happy. The food and everything, the setup is so
Very
nice.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
And the Central Park views. It's amazing.
Yeah. So come to New York for this for holidays and Scent Explorer Place. It's gonna be a fun
Best
show.
niche fragrance event in America.
In America, yeah, it's the only one I would say.
The best.
Yeah, the best. Yeah,
Just take the compliment.
take the compliment, and hopefully this year we're gonna do the bar again. The bar was fun last time. I was very drunk at the end of the night, both nights, and I got
I
sick.
had 2 drinks and I felt pretty drunk. so.
Yeah. No, the thing is, I was meeting people, and I was to be polite. I was like, I'll get a drink with you, but I didn't
First you have to go
realize.
in for yourself.
Yeah, and I didn't realize I'm gonna meet a lot of people. So then at the end of the night, I was, oh guys, I just have to go home now. So, and right after that, the second day I was good, and then I went to an after party. When I went home, I was done for 4 days. I was in bed. I had like the worst hangover, and I wasn't COVID, but I had like the crazy
A lot
flu.
of people got sick after that. Not
Yeah.
COVID, but I
No,
did
it was
hear
the
a
flu.
lot of people got sick.
Yeah.
Luckily, I didn't.
And I was like I was
Because I wasn't hanging out by the bar so much.
Yeah, don't do the bar again.
Get the flu.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So, Crush on Me. It's a very gourmand. It's one of
Yeah.
their best and top-rated
I
fragrances.
don't know why. I was expecting from the name something like instant crush, like
Yeah.
fruitier.
Fruitier, yeah.
It is. It's more gourmand.
It's very caramel.
Yeah.
Vanilla,
like cakey,
yeah,
like-
cakey. What do you think? Do you think this is a wearable, sexy fragrance, or it's a very like bakery, like kind of cakey fragrance?
No, I think because usually when it comes to gourmand fragrances, it's one of my favorite types of fragrances to wear, but I don't really love just fragrances that smell like food. Like I feel like the gourmands that I really love and gravitate towards have something in it that kind of makes it a little more dimensional and wearable, like as a fragrance, not just to smell like chocolate.
Yeah.
And I think that there's something in here, some sort of spice, but also some sort of fruitiness that adds to that kind of cakey vibe
Yeah.
that would make it wearable.
I think if I'm not wrong again, there was ginger in it too.
Yeah.
So that's what it makes that little bit of spicy. The fruity part, I don't remember now.
Yeah,
It's
there's
comf-
some
it's-
muskiness too. It's
yeah.
a fresh muskiness with the gourmand and a little touch of like a fruitiness.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Not what I was expecting.
Crush on Me.
Yeah, I tried the new mango one as well yesterday. that one blew my mind.
Oh, mango.
Mango magnificence,
magnificent, something like that. Yeah, that's a really nice one too.
Yeah. Wow. Talk about like a
Very
realistic,
fruity. Yeah.
super potent fragrance. Really, really good.
Truly.
It's the lime. It kind of adds a little zingy, touch. Sweet.
I think it's the lime and the ginger that's make it
cuts
zest.
the gourmand notes. The lime, the caramel, and that.
I wonder how it smells. I mean, how it it's gonna perform on your skin. But
there's only one way to find out.
I mean, well, there's only one way to.
I just came here from. I was at Saks again and Louis Vuitton again. Hopefully I have.
Yeah, some.
I did shower, so. I guess I should have washed it off by now. But yeah, no, I was in there like 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to here. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah,
it's
to
nice.
get more of the lime, that citric touch on the skin. I like this one a lot. Yeah,
can I try it on your skin?
It's a little.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
That lime and this one is Dolce Passion, another gourmand. This one is also heavily.
Your core audience here.
Yeah, I mean, it's. But I've been seeing a lot. Like I don't think it's new, but the gourmand trend has been going on for the past 3-4 years, and it's not dying down.
No, I think
people love the gourmands.
Yeah, they're just kind of getting sick of normal, typical florals for women and just like fresh, aquatic for men. It's like I think people are wanting something a little different.
Yeah.
Something more exciting. That isn't everywhere you go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, and also something that is comfortable, that makes you comfortable.
Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of what I was saying with the last crush on me. This is a gourmand that smells like food.
Yeah.
It smells like caramel and chocolate.
Dark chocolate and caramel.
Yeah.
The first two notes. Yeah, it's right there.
And kind of like the powdery cacao, almost like a chocolate dusting. As random as that is, I feel like sometimes when you smell things, you can almost picture the texture of things. And I don't know. I think of like a Tootsie Roll with like this chocolate cacao powdering on top.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it makes my mouth very watery.
Yeah.
I want now like some sort of a dessert. Just want to have it.
Definitely for the person that likes the true gourmand.
And I feel like if it's very gourmand like this, maybe it's more on the feminine side. I don't know.
In a way, I think it totally depends on the canvas. The type. There are definitely men out there that could wear something like
pull this off.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, typically women like chocolate, sweeter things, But I don't know. This isn't like a. Like, I feel like in some ways people would think of vanilla as being a little more feminine. When I think of chocolate, I don't really think it's necessarily feminine. This is like a very dark chocolate. It's not like there's a little bit of sweetness, but it's a very like realistic sweetness. It's not like a syrupy or like what you would typically think is this is feminine because it's so sweet. No, I think a guy could wear this, definitely.
I'm gonna try start wearing this on my skin, see how it works, because always your skin would react differently. I like this. I like it. I don't know how comfortable I would be with it if I wear it for a long time, because if a fragrance is maybe a little bit too chocolatey for me, at least, I get uncomfortable with it. I get a headache. But then it doesn't. Again, this is a very personal choice. I don't know, but what I know is this is their best and top selling fragrance. I like it. I mean, when I smell it, I really love it. Great. But I don't know how it will.
It's not going to be for everyone.
Yeah, but this is one of those fragrances that I wouldn't recommend blind buying. Definitely get a sample, try it out, see if you like it. It's rich. It's super rich.
Decadent.
Another one. Next one, actually. I like this house. She's such a fun lady, or a lady. Yeah. Yeah.
2023 problems.
Yes,
right?
I don't know. It's like you can't be in trouble at any point. So I have to make sure I call people right. So she's a very, very good creator. Let's just put it that way. Yeah.
Boss
is
bitch.
politically correct. But don't edit it out. Put it in. Yeah. So she only has 5 fragrances in the line, and this one is tobacco flirting with vanilla.
That's the name.
That's the name.
Tobacco flirting with vanilla.
Yeah, and then she has like talk is smoky to me. So it's a very smoky, tobacco-y fragrance, but I like it. It's really nice. Let's do one more just in case.
Good measure.
Yeah.
Can I see the bottle?
Yeah. I will.
Give me 2. One.
Right, thank you.
Oh, but it's not. I was expecting something different.
Yeah, I mean the name kind of
Gives you an idea, but
it's gonna be darker.
It's not as dark as I was thinking.
But then what I know with this fragrance is that when it dries down, that name comes out a little bit more. That tobacco and vanilla, that kind of, they go hand in hand next to each other. You can feel it more.
But it's more like, I wouldn't say it's smoky. I'd say it's more ashy. You know what I mean? It's not like a fire and you got the smoke coming. It's like it's like the fire's out. And there's like embers or whatever. The wood's still kind of burning. It's all gray. It's ashy.
Yeah. No, you're right. It is. It's not that firewood. It's very
It's a very cool scent. It's kind of cooling.
It's cool. Yeah. Yeah.
I like the bottle's very cool.
The bottles are cool. The
Artistic,
packaging is actually super cool. She made it. She put a lot of time and effort into it.
It's kind of trippy.
But I like it. You know what I like about this is you have to really wear it and go through the process of it. 8-9 hours. It just keeps changing. You know, it takes you to different layers of the fragrance and the ingredients that are in it. Yeah,
it's very pleasant.
It's pleasant.
It's another
Super
one that
pleasant.
a lot of people will be able to resonate with. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I love about these type of fragrances, that if you can't stop smelling them and you just keep going back to it, you know it's good, because you just it's addictive. You just want to keep trying them. And the last one is another house. So Mebizu is also a Turkish line. She's from Turkey, and like Uniki. Actually, today we almost have mostly Middle Eastern and one European. I don't know if Turkey is European or Middle Eastern now. They're confused, maybe. No, I think it's important. It's both of them. Don't put that in there. I'm gonna get a lot of hate.
Some very heavily.
Yeah, I'm actually going to Turkey at the end of this month. Yeah. So Regalian, and the name of this is Regalian Diamond of Velvet. So this is a very interesting fragrance as well.
Very regal, very expensive.
Very expensive, exactly.
Very like suit and tie, black tie occasion kind of worthy scent.
Yeah, and it's this definitely unisex, but this is what I can imagine. You're going to a very nice event. Everybody's dressed
very
up.
Sultry on a woman.
Yeah.
Definitely. But on a man, it's just like, it's going to be really, really good. Very like woody.
I like
dry.
that, you know, that spicy but soury notes.
It's very subtle spicy.
Subtle spicy note.
It's blended very well.
Yeah. I tried this. Kind of want to actually spray this on my hand too. Yeah, skin is a little bit even more, I would say, darker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like the type of scent that when you spray it on your skin, it's gonna like
it's good.
envelop in a totally different way on every person. Like it's gonna be like your skin, but so much better.
So much better. So much better. Wow. You know, I was just telling Jennifer that, you know, she's sitting in the back. I've been trying these fragrances, and every time I still try something that is not nice and a little bit different than anything else.
This is one of those.
Still entertaining. It's fun.
Yeah.
I want to do it more. You know, I want to, like, every time I get samples, I want to try it. Let me send it. Let me see what it is. It's just I don't know what it is.
You become the full-time sampler.
Yeah. I mean, I should get that. Maybe I can have Mia, my dog, become the sampler. Tell me, what do you think about
She's
this?
definitely a good podcaster.
Yeah. I mean, I had her here one time, and then I think we tried about 10-15 fragrance. I kind of saw that she was getting like her eyes were like
Sensitive,
yeah,
yeah.
rolling. I was like, oh, you probably might be drunk now of all these scents. I get you out. But if we could have smelled it that much, she should have been like on a different part of the, planet Earth. So I'm glad. So which one of them was your favorite from this collection?
Way ahead of you. This is not the right one. That's Tony IOMMI. Yeah, okay, this is the first one. Okay.
Mine is here.
I think
Uh-huh.
it's gonna be a tie between the Crush on Me
Crush on Me.
and this one.
Tobacco flirting with vanilla.
Flirting with vanilla.
That's
Wow,
good.
both are amazing. But
Yeah, it's
I
a
like
tough
the
choice.
Crush on Me. I like the gourmand. I'm just a
Gourmand,
sucker
yeah.
for the gourmands. Like those dimensional, fun gourmands. I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
But this one is very cool. Like it's like invigorating. It's kind of, it's like, I don't know. You think of colors when you think of fragrances. It's like blue, but kind of gray. It's like kind of like almost reminds me of like a tea kind of scent mixed with the tobacco. It's really nice.
Which one is
It's
that?
Ashy. This one. The
That's a tobacco flirting with vanilla.
I like the name too, so you get
Yes,
props. I'm
name
a
is
sucker.
super
I
fun.
will
Yeah,
buy,
I know,
I will
yeah.
buy things for the name.
Yeah.
I'll buy it for the packaging. Not
Well,
the best
no, they're great
consumer
choices.
advice, but
Yeah. No, they're both really
really,
fun
really
choices.
good. Very
Yeah.
impressed,
Yeah.
especially with this one. Wow,
Crush on Me.
amazing. Are they going to be at Sun Explorer again?
Yeah, they're coming on Santa Explorer, and I heard he is. No, actually, I'm not gonna spoiler. Yeah, I don't want to give any spoiler alerts. Yeah, I don't know. But
Stay
come
tuned.
there. It's gonna be a very nice surprise from Unique Luxury. I think you're gonna love that. So yeah, I guess this is it. Anything else that you want to tell everyone? That about any plans, any big things that are coming up? Where any shows that you want to go on? Maybe people are coming there. They can meet
Yeah.
you. They can see you.
We're planning on going to Cannes.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully, I can make that happen. And definitely Sun Explorer.
Mm-hmm.
And any other opportunities, of course, I'll jump on them trade shows. But in terms of my channel, we're just going to keep on, chugging along, doing what we're doing and discovering new things. And thank you so much for having me.
Of course, thank
Amazing
you.
conversation. Very
For
fun
sure.
to discover so many new fun scents.
Of
and to be
course.
in New York.
Also, thank you for bringing the bottles. Now I'm kind of obsessed with the Xerjoff now. I gotta go get I'll go on their
Xerjoff
website
virus.
via Cavor one, order one bottle for myself. But yeah, thank you for coming. It's fun to have you here.
course.
I really enjoyed the conversation. Really enjoyed the podcast.
It's a lot of fun.
Before we go, I want to give away some stuff.
Oh,
So since you're
Lucky
here,
you.
yeah. So since you're here, we tried 5 fragrances. So 5 fragrances. Let's do 10 or 15 winners. 15. Let's do 15 winners. 15 winners, and I would give you, and what we gotta put in is like we gotta give you a discovery set or like 5 ml sample size of every single bottle that we tried here. I don't have the Xerjoffs, unfortunately. I can give you guys the Xerjoffs in there, but 5 of the ones except Xerjoff. Please leave comments, follow us, follow Erica, Odo Erica, all of the channels from TikTok, from YouTube, Instagram. Maybe Twitter, the new thread thing that is
Maybe one
out
day.
there. Just follow them, and make sure to subscribe to this channel, subscribe to our channel, and then leave a comment, like us, give us a lot of good comments and feedbacks, and also tell us if you guys ever had any of these fragrances, and what do you guys think about it. And then in 2 weeks we will announce winners, and then hopefully you guys gotta get all these fragrances in your mail. And thank you again.
awesome.
It was super fun, and then we will see you guys very soon. Bye.